In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world, and everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no room for him at the inn.
Had I known then what I know now, there would definitely have been room in my inn. Oy vey, I would have given them my own bed, but I didn't know. How could I? The place was packed. I have never seen so many people in Bethlehem ever. The government made everyone in the whole world go to their hometown and register. Government's got to make their money. And nobody wants to stay with their in-laws, so my inn was booked. And I remember that day, we were full well before dinner time. And it was probably 2 hours after dinner when they showed up. And talk about desperate. He looked sad and exhausted, and she was ready to burst. And as they're walking towards me, I'm already thinking in my head of what I'm going to say, which is, I'm so sorry, there's no room in my inn. And then they get to me and they just stop and stand there. And he's looking down, gathering his thoughts, and she winces slightly because she's in pain. And finally, he just looks at me and he says, please. That's all he said, just please. Let me tell you a story. I'm 5 years old and I'm helping my mom set the table, and I say, Ma, there's too many plates. And she says, oh, you never know who's gonna show up, you gotta make room. And I'm like, what? And she stops what she's doing and she looks at me and she says emphatically, you never know who God is gonna bring your way. You have to make room. So I look at this man and his very pregnant wife, and I say, I don't know where we're gonna put you, but we're gonna make room. And we did. It wasn't the nicest room in the world, but it was all that I had. Because my mom was right. You have to make room, especially when it comes to God.